Okay, so I know we can do this. Today, May 11th. All right, I want to graph y equals 1 over x. So let me start at least with the xy axis. Okay, we're going to use our intelligence. Let's. Oh, right, right. We want to start here. Yeah, we want to start this way. Yes. Good question, Retta. Yeah. Okay. So first, one, vertical asymptote. Write that down. Vertical asymptote, okay?
It's on the other side.
I know, I'm doing this side first.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Vertical asymptote. Okay, what do we know? So the vertical asymptote comes from dividing by 0. So we do not want to divide by 0, right? So vertical asymptote is don't divide by 0. Okay, so in this case, if x equals 0, we're in trouble. It's just 1 over x, right? So I put 0 in here, 1 over 0, we're in trouble. Thumbs up, does that make sense? So I'm going to have a vertical asymptote at 0, okay? We're also going to have, second, 2, we're also going to have a horizontal asymptote, okay, 2. We're going to have a horizontal. Okay, so I wouldn't normally write this, but it could have been y equals 1 over x plus 0. Okay, you see plus 0? I mean, 0 is invisible. You guys agree? But this extra constant here is the horizontal asymptote. That's my, so 0 plus 0, it's invisible. That's my horizontal asymptote. So I've got one of those right there, okay? Oh, I want to do yellow on that. I want to do yellow on both these, okay? Is this yellow working? No, not really. Don't fall asleep on me. Come on now. Okay, how's that? Oh, that's better. That's better. Okay, now, 3, we want the factors of A. Well, A is 1. A is 1, okay? In this case, A is 1. So, what times what makes 1?
1.
What else?
1/2 times 2.
Good. So I'm probably going to change my scales. I might change my scales and go like 1, 2, 1, 2. And I agree. 1 times 1 is 1. 1/2 times 2. 2 times 1/2. Okay? Right? So I did all the multiples, all the factors of 1, and I can draw a part of my graph. And the same thing over here, right? Just the negatives, right? So I'll have a, negative 1 times negative 1. I'll have a negative 2 times a negative 1/2. I'll have a negative 1/2 times a negative 2. And I got it, okay? Thumbs up? Does that seem pretty easy? So if we know that, then number 2 will be just as easy, okay? So first of all, to do number 2, what's the first thing I'm going to do is, where's my vertical? Vertical asymptote. What do you think? X better not be. Yep, I'll wait for you. Yeah. So I want you, and I'll wait for Cassidy. But when you do these, think this. What number right here is going to make this 0? What number right here? And it's the opposite. Does that make sense? Opposite makes sense. Because the opposite would make it 0, right? So everybody see negative 2? So it can't be negative 2, so that's where it's going to be. So I'm going to write x cannot equal negative 2, right? So x cannot equal negative 2, okay? And then my horizontal asymptote, 2, my horizontal, is going to be at y better not equal, y cannot equal, y actually cannot equal negative 4. And that comes from that number right there. Okay, so now I want to put my XY axis in there. I know I'm going to probably do it like this. Shift my axes kind of like this. I kind of know where it's going to go, right? I'm going to go to -2, -4. So I'm going to go like that. Right? So I'm going to take and move the middle of my graph moved right to 1. Are we going to go? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put a dot right there and put my asymptotes in, okay? I want this color. All right. So I just basically moved this graph. I just moved the asymptotes to here. Does that make sense? I just took the asymptotes and moved them there. Okay? Are you seeing that? And then what times what makes 1? So then I need the factors, number 3. I need the factors of 1. Factors of 1, and what are they? What times what makes 1?
1.
Now watch how I do this. 1, 1. I took it from the middle of the asymptote. See, I put it right there. I didn't put it there because I moved this entire graph. Does it make sense? I'm moving this graph here. And then I've got a 1/2, 2, a 2, 1/2, and here's my graph there. And then same thing here, 1. And I'll slow down for a second and let you catch up, okay? So I just took this graph and moved it there. You guys see that? I just took this graph and moved it there, right? Makes sense? So the same multiples except they're right here. So 1, 1 here, it's like, 1 times 1, but it's because I moved the whole thing there. Is that right? Are you with me? Okay, now, I'll wait for you. Now tell me about domain and range of this one. What's domain of number 2? Domain would be what? Yes.
No, -2.
Perfect. Can't be -2. Can't be -2 because you can't make, I was going to say make Cookie Monster sound, right? But it works, right? So if it was -2, I divide by 0. Plus, I got an asymptote right there, don't I? Right? So there is no graph right there. What about range? What about range, huh? Yeah, all real numbers, I agree. Y is equal to everything except one thing. Cannot equal -4. Good. And there's your horizontal asymptote, okay? Which makes sense. It'll never reach -4, will it? It'll never reach -4. Am I doing okay? Okay, it's not too hard, is it? Okay, slide it up. That's a -6. I tried to change this last night, and I didn't let my whiteout dry enough, but that's the way it is, okay? It's going to work. Okay, so now put a +0 here, okay? Put a +0 there, okay? That's going to help me. So 1, where's my vertical asymptote? Yes, yes. X cannot equal +2. Because if you put 2 right here, 2 minus 2 is 0, right? If x is 2, bad news. 2 minus 2 is 0, right? Can't divide by 0. Okay, good. My horizontal asymptote is what? Yes. It's at y equals 0, or y cannot equal 0. Yes. That's why I put the invisible 0 there, right? Okay, is this getting better? Okay, so I'm going to put in, let's see, I know it's going to go to 2, so I'm going to go ahead and put my XY axis here. I'm probably right about there is fine. And fine. Now let's graph this. So last thing is, what are the factors of -6? So factors of -6. Whoops. Before I do anything though, let me go ahead and get this in. I've got my 2, right? Am I right? So the graph has moved. Okay, think about it this way. I'm going to do the multiples of, I'm going to do the factors of -6. Look from here as the graph moves. Okay, right? See how the graph, I just moved the graph over. So when I do the factors of -6, I do it from right there, from the center, the intersection of this. So what makes -6? What makes -6?
2 and -3.
Good. So I got a -2, -3. So I got a -2, +3, right? 1, 2, 3. What else? Okay, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. I agree. What else? 1 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how about a 3 and a 2? Because I got a 2 and a 3. How about a 3 and 2? 1, 2, 3, and a 2. Right? And that's only half the graph, right? Where's the other half of the graph? What we do from here? Do the same thing. We're going to go 2 and -3, 3 and -2, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and -1, and 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is, okay? What do you think? Domain? I missed something, Lindsay. Domain? Tell me what the domain is, you guys. Domain?
I have a
All
question.
real numbers except 2.
Except 2, correct. X cannot equal 2. Lindsay, you had a question? Yes.
I did.
Oh, okay, Cassie, you had a question? Yes.
So when you're like graphing the points, you're putting the points like in relation to the asymptote?
Yes, not the origin, from the asymptote. Exactly, yes. Because we moved the graph. Does that make sense? So the idea is this. We took this graph and we moved it. So, all right. Now, range, what do you guys see about range?
All real numbers?
Yes, except y cannot equal what? 0. See it, 0? Can equal 0. All right? We're getting this. Now, there's one more problem that's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we can do it, okay? You ready to turn the page? But I'll wait for you, okay? Lucy, what am I missing? All right, turn the page, right? Here we go. Now, oh, that bled through. Well, that's okay. I just used a different one, huh? All good? I get it. So, now, what if, take a look at this example, example 4. It needs to be in this form right here. It needs to be in that form, and it's not. It's not in the form like this. So if we've got a 2x plus 8 over an x minus 2, we really want a number, we want some number over something plus a number, okay? We want to change it from here. The way we're going to do that is with long division, with division. Okay, we're going to do that with division, okay? Now, we can, in this case, we can do synthetic division. This is not hard. Remember synthetic division? We just did, right? Because it's just x minus 2, right? So see if we remember synthetic division. Okay, what's our first step with synthetic division? You know it. What do we do first? Upside down division symbol, right? What goes where?
X minus 2.
So we're going to put, it really is like this, x minus 2 divided into 2x plus 8, right? So what goes right where my finger is? What goes right there? The opposite, totally right. So positive 2. Thank you. Awesome. I'll put the positive there so you know it's opposite. Nice job, Ariel. Totally right. What goes inside the box? Oh, that's okay. You know what? The good news is we're going to spread it to Kashmir. All our kids are going to be ready to run by districts, and we're going to be good.
And they'll be sick.
And exactly, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on?
Oh, I think Cass might not be around with us today. Okay, so what goes here and here? A 2, right? And an 8, right? Right? Super easy synthetic division. You guys agree? Okay, what's my first step with synthetic division? Yeah, bring it down, right? And then what do we do? 2 times 2 is 4. And then remember, this is called the add line because we already changed the sign. That's why we don't have to subtract because we already changed. That's why you add, because you're already adding the negative, right? And you get 12. Okay, so what's our answer? Our answer is this. Our answer is a 2 plus 12 over x minus 2. That's my answer. Y equals. That's my answer. My answer is 2, 1 less power, and that's my remainder. Remember my remainder? So I take my remainder over what I divided by, okay? Yes, Retta.
So could you just switch the 2 to the other side, make it 10?
You are so smart. Why? Goodness gracious, that's exactly what I'm going to do. In fact, I almost did that, but I thought I'd better explain it. So here's what Retta suggests. I totally agree. Same answer, right? Thanks, Retta. I am doing my job, aren't I? Okay. I agree with Retta. Okay, now, what are my asymptotes? Well, first of all, x cannot equal what? X cannot equal what? 2, right? I agree. So my vertical asymptote is that x equals 2, right?
Can we have a shortened version?
Huh?
We should make a shorter version for vertical asymptote so we don't have to write it out.
VA. And what about my horizontal? So y cannot equal what? Y cannot equal what? 2. It's that one right there. It's 2, all right? Because y is not supposed to equal 2. It will never equal 2. So my horizontal asymptote is at y equals 2. All right, so let me go ahead and get my graph. I'm going to try and graph this in. Go x, y axis. Okay, I want to go 2, 2. All right, there we go. And the last thing we need is this. The last thing we need is multiples or factors of 12. You guys see it? I need factors of 12, right? Okay, so what? Oh, hold on, I'm not ready yet. My bad. My bad. You know why I'm bad? I got to put these in first. I got to put these in. Right? Almost forgot these. These are super important, right? Now, what are the factors of 12? So you don't need a lot of them. You just need enough to graph it, right? So what times what makes 12? Okay, 6 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Okay, give me another point. How about 2 and 6? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, there's 3 and 4. You guys could agree 3 and 4 and 4 and 3. And I think we got enough, right? We got enough to graph it in there. Okay, and then of course the opposite is true also. We're going to do the same thing with the factors, but we'll do the negatives, right? So I'll go negative 2, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 2. And of course, Cassidy, good job. We're doing it from the asymptotes, not from the origin, correct?
Yeah.
Because we moved the graph, right? And then I'm going to do probably a 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 4, a negative 4, and a negative 3, and good enough, right? Everybody agree with that? One last time, domain. All real numbers except what? X cannot equal, right there it is. What can't it equal? 2. In my range, y equals all real numbers except for y cannot equal what? There it is right there. Y cannot equal what? 2. All right. Thumbs up. So, I'm going to pass out and see if you can do this. And I'm here to help, but I want you to give this a try. Here's our homework. 6-2. It's a worksheet. I will help you on the long division ones, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and stop recording. Set. Stop recording. Stop. 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 Stop.